Ravi, good morning. My name is Ravi. I just moved here and I'd like to know more about the local holidays. Can you help me? Miss Taylor. Good morning, Ravi. Of course, I'd be happy to help. Welcome to our community. Are you asking about public holidays specifically? Ravi. Yes, I'd like to know about the public holidays here, their dates, and what they mean. I also want to know how they might affect daily life, like shops and services. Miss Taylor. That's a good idea. Knowing the holidays will help you plan better. We have several public holidays here, and some are unique to this area. Let me explain. Miss Taylor. Let's start with the major ones that everyone knows, like New Year's Day on January 1st, Independence Day on July 4th, and Christmas on December 25th. These are celebrated nationwide. Ravi. Yes, I'm familiar with those. Do you have any local holidays that are specific to this area? Miss Taylor. We do. One of the biggest local holidays here is the Spring Festival, which usually happens in late March. It's a celebration of the changing seasons, and the whole town gets involved with parades and other events. Ravi. That sounds interesting. What is the Spring Festival about? Miss Taylor. It's a way for the community to welcome spring and enjoy time together. People decorate the town with flowers, and there's a big parade downtown. It's a lot of fun. Ravi. That's very different from the holidays I'm used to. Back home, we don't have parades for the seasons. Are there any other local holidays I should know about? Miss Taylor. Yes, there's also Founders Day in October. It celebrates the history of our town and its founders. There are historical tours, and sometimes people dress up in costumes to bring the past to life. Ravi. That sounds unique. I'd love to experience something like that. Miss Taylor. I think you'll enjoy it. These local holidays are a great way to learn about our culture and meet people in the community. Ravi. That's great to know. I have another question. What happens to shops and services on public holidays? Are they open? Miss Taylor. It depends on the holiday. For major holidays like Christmas and New Year's Day, most businesses, including banks and government offices, are closed for the entire day. Ravi. What about smaller holidays, like the Spring Festival? Miss Taylor. For smaller holidays, some businesses may open in the morning, but close early, especially local shops. Supermarkets and chain stores might stay open, but with shorter hours. Ravi. That's good to know. And what about public transportation? Does it run as usual? Miss Taylor. Public transportation does operate, but the schedule might be limited. Buses, for example, often run less frequently on holidays. It's a good idea to check the schedule in advance. Ravi. I'll keep that in mind. Is it common for restaurants and cafes to stay open? Miss Taylor. Many restaurants and cafes stay open, especially in popular areas. However, smaller family-owned places might close for the day, especially on major holidays. Ravi. I see. So it's better to plan ahead and check with specific businesses? Miss Taylor. Exactly. Some places put up signs a few days before a holiday to let customers know their hours. It's always good to ask. Ravi. Is there a place where I can find a full list of holidays and these kinds of details? Miss Taylor. Yes, you can check the local government website. They usually have a holiday calendar with detailed information about closures and events. Ravi. That's helpful. Can I also get a printed calendar somewhere? Miss Taylor. You can pick one up at the town hall or even at some local libraries. It's free and very detailed. Ravi. I'll make sure to grab one. Thank you so much for explaining everything. It's very helpful. Miss Taylor. You're welcome, Ravi. It's always good to plan ahead, especially if you're new to the area. Ravi. I'll note down the holidays and make sure to check schedules before making plans. Thanks again for your time. Miss Taylor. My pleasure, Ravi. If you have more questions, feel free to come back anytime. Ravi. I will. Have a great day. Miss Taylor. You too. Take care. Ravi. Good morning, Mr. Adams. Mr. Adams. Good morning, Ravi. How are you today? Ravi. I'm doing well, thank you. I was hoping you could help me with something. Mr. Adams. Of course. What do you need? Ravi. I'm new here, and I've been learning about the local holidays. Miss Taylor at the community center told me a bit about the events, but I'm curious about how people celebrate. I'd like to join in and be part of the community. Mr. Adams. That's a wonderful idea, Ravi. Getting involved in local celebrations is a great way to meet people and feel at home here. Ravi. So what kind of events or celebrations happen during the holidays? Mr. Adams. We have a variety of events. For major holidays like the Spring Festival and Founders Day, there are parades, cultural performances, and sometimes fireworks. Ravi. That sounds exciting. What are the parades like? Mr. Adams. The parades are colorful and lively. There are floats, music, and even people dressed in costumes. It's a big highlight for the community. Ravi, I'd love to see that. Are there other activities besides the parades? Mr. Adams, definitely. During the Spring Festival, for example, we have cultural shows at the town square. There's singing, dancing, and sometimes even storytelling sessions. In the evening, we have community dinners, where everyone gathers to share food and enjoy the festive atmosphere. Ravi. Wow, that sounds like so much fun. Can anyone join these events? Mr. Adams. Yes, they're open to everyone. For the community dinner, you might need to bring a dish to share or pay a small fee if you don't cook. It's very relaxed and friendly. Ravi. That's good to know. Are there any specific rules I should follow when attending these events? Mr. Adams. Not many rules, really. Just be respectful and enjoy yourself. For parades and shows, it's best to arrive early to find a good spot. And for the dinner, you might want to ask someone beforehand what kind of dish to bring if you plan to contribute. Ravi. Great. I'll keep that in mind. What about clothing? Is there anything specific I should wear? Mr. Adams. Nothing too formal. For most events, casual clothes are fine. If it's an evening event, maybe something a bit warmer since it can get chilly. Ravi. Okay, that's helpful. Are there any costs beside the dinner fee? Mr. Adams. Most events are free. If you want to buy something from food stalls or local vendors, you'll need a bit of cash, but otherwise it won't cost much. Ravi. That's perfect. Are there any upcoming events you'd recommend? Mr. Adams. Actually, yes. Next weekend is the Spring Festival. There's a parade in the morning, followed by cultural performances in the afternoon, and the community dinner in the evening. Ravi. That sounds like a full day of fun. What time does the parade start? Mr. Adams. It usually begins around 10 a.m. You should get there by 9:30 to find a good spot. Ravi, thanks for the tip. I don't want to miss anything. Ravi, do you have any advice on how to interact with people during these events? Mr. Adams, just be friendly and open. People here are warm and welcoming. If you greet them with a smile and introduce yourself, they'll be happy to chat. Ravi, that's good to know. How should I greet people? Is there a specific way? Mr. Adams, a simple hello or happy spring festival works perfectly. If you're at the dinner, you can compliment their dish or ask them about the event. It's a good conversation starter. Ravi, that makes sense. I'll try that. Thank you so much for your advice, Mr. Adams. Mr. Adams, you're very welcome, Ravi. I'm glad you're interested in participating. It's always nice to see new faces getting involved. Ravi, I really appreciate your help. I'll make sure to attend the Spring Festival and take part in the events. Mr. Adams, that's great to hear. I'll be at the dinner, so I'll see you there. Ravi, I'm looking forward to it. Thanks again for everything. Mr. Adams, anytime, Ravi. Enjoy the festival. Write a sentence in English in the comments section below. Find the mistake. Incorrect. I will ask someone what bring for dinner. Correct. I will ask someone what to bring for dinner. Explanation. The infinitive form to bring is needed after what to complete the idea. Incorrect. I don't want to miss nothing. Correct. I don't want to miss anything. Explanation. Using nothing with don't creates a double negative, which is incorrect in standard English. 5 vocabulary words. Festival. A special event or celebration with activities, often for a holiday. Parade. A public event where people march or display floats and costumes on the street. Cultural. Related to the customs, traditions, and arts of a group of people. Chilly. A little cold, usually in the air or weather. Vendor. A person who sells goods, often at a market or event. If you want to learn how to ask about local rules, driving laws, and avoid fines in a new place, click the video here or follow the link in the description.